She's the friend who'll show up with coffee or wine when you need it most, but probably wine. Good vibes are on the way. Welcome to Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency.
Hi, welcome back to Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency. I'm Erin. It is great to have you here. I hope you are having a terrific holiday season, that you are nearly done all of the things you need to do. Unlike myself, who's a little crazed, but it's sort of just how I exist. It fascinates me that friends of mine have been done shopping, etc., since October. I don't understand you people, but I really admire you. It is definitely not me. So, moving forward, I have somebody that I wanted to introduce you to because this woman, she is constantly doing things to help other people. She's very humble about it, and I had to feature her today. But what I want you to really kind of focus on with this episode is that one person really can make a massive difference. I've heard so many people throughout my life be like, it's just me. Like, how can I change the world or do something great when it's just me? And all the things that have been done in life, it starts with one person's idea. And the difference is that instead of just keeping that idea, that person moved forward with it and found a way to execute it. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to need a little bit of help. We all need some help sometimes. But if there's something that's just nagging at you that you really want to do, find a way to make it happen, especially if it involves somehow making the world a little bit better. I promise you, there is somebody that you don't even know right now that maybe you never thought of again, that you did something kind for once, who still thinks of you. Maybe you were checking out in a grocery line and the person in front of you was a couple bucks short and you said, I got it. And you didn't even think about that person again in your life. That person still prays for you. That person is still talking about your kindness and it stays in their heart. So I say that not to be preachy or anything like that, but just to let you know that you really can make things a little bit better. And you probably already are with little stuff like that example without even realizing it. So with the holidays coming up, there's a friend of mine, his name is Mike, and every single year right after Thanksgiving, he starts collecting toys for Toys for Tots, and he collects donations, that kind of thing. And he, and I think it's his sister, will go shopping and they take pictures of all of the things that they buy, that they're donating. And it's just something he started years ago for no reason other than he knows a bunch of really kind, generous people and thought it would be a great thing to help kiddos this holiday season. That's it. There's a holiday party I'm going to later on this week up the street. And a couple of years ago, they've always done this party, but they thought, oh my gosh, how cool would it be to get some boxes for Toys for Tots? And then, because everybody, we always ask, what can we bring? Liz and Alex, we know you're having this party. Well, I'll bring wine or something to eat. And they have all of it figured out. So they don't want us showing up with anything. The only thing that they ever ask is, hey, if you could bring a toy for Toys for Tots, that would be excellent. And last year they had overflowing boxes, not just a box, boxes of toys that they ended up donating, that just, you walk in and the first thing you see in their home are these boxes for the donation. And honestly, it's one of my favorite things about the party. And they hire a band and it's such a classy, fun evening out. But I think it's their favorite part too, or at least one of their favorite parts, is the fact that all of these people show up. We all come with toys for the kids. So that's what I mean by you can always find a way to help. Maybe if you're having a holiday party or if you're going to one, suggest that. Like, hey, how about we all bring a toy? It doesn't have to be for Toys for Tots. Any kind of local charity that's taking donations, you could do something like that. You could even do it where, hey, if you want to charge $5, not really charge $5, you know what I mean? But hey, if you want to make a donation, $5, $10, whatever, at the end of the night, we're going to pool the money and we're going to tell you the total and we're going to take it to blank, blank, blank nonprofit or wherever you all decide that it should go. But this is just, these are a couple little ideas that you really can implement that take such little effort and are going to make a big difference. Because as you'll hear throughout the podcast, This year, especially, it has been a very tough year for a lot of people. So, the more that we can help out, I think the better off we're all going to be. So, as I said, I have this terrific woman who has started something. She did this 12 years ago, had an idea to get toys to kiddos that otherwise would get nothing this holiday season. And wow, it has gotten so big. And I can't wait for you to meet her and listen to her enthusiasm because it's completely contagious. This is Darlene. I am here with a friend of mine. Her name is Darlene Louv. Hi, girl.
Hi, sweetie. Thank you so much for having me.
You are quite the little elf this season, so I appreciate you taking time out of all of the good that you are doing to chat with me a little bit. So I feel like I constantly am seeing you online just doing great things to help other people. And I wanted to really shine a spotlight on you here because you don't have to do any of this, but it seems like you just have this inner core belief that you want to help others. Will you tell me about that a little bit?
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. It's amazing to be a part of the wonderful work you do as well. And thank you for letting me share my passion. I call myself the Kindness Sprinkle Fairy, and that name came about prior to the pandemic. I'm a cancer survivor, and my way of giving back, I love doing arts and crafts, and I call it crafting for a purpose. And I would find out through my social media, because of the things that I do, I've met a lot of people. So I have that broad range of connection. So I would go onto my social media pages and I would see if somebody was having a fundraiser for cancer or autism or anything like that. And I would make up raffle baskets, not knowing these people, just make up raffle baskets, find out where they were having it. And I would make a little card, and the card would say, "Best of luck in your journey." And I would leave the gifts so they could raise money. And that's how it
Oh.
started. But then the pandemic happened, and I said, oh my goodness, no one's having fundraisers, no one's doing anything. So I found a way to repurpose it, so to speak, and became the Kindness Sprinkle Fairy. I shared on my social media, if you know anyone in need of a sprinkle during these difficult times, inbox me. And it become so much fun because I found this mask that lit up and it looked like a unicorn. And I wore a regular mask because it was during the pandemic. And the unicorn mask
sure.
lit up. And I would find out where the people needed a sprinkle, and I'd leave it on their porch like Santa Claus. And it would have a
Oh.
note that says, "You've been sprinkled with kindness." That's how I got my name. I've been doing the toy drive for many, many years because I feel as if I know what it's like to go without as a child. And I always said, on my watch, no child will go without a Christmas. No matter what I have to do to make that happen, no child will go without a Christmas. So I started to put it out there on my social media pages and in and throughout my community. I don't like to use the word I. Sometimes I have to, but I'll explain to you why. It's because I would continue to do what I do and help many as I do now. But because of the kindness and the generosity of family, friends, and local businesses throughout my community, it's a we, because I'm now able to help even more people. And believe it or
Ugh.
not, I don't have a tax ID number. I refuse to get one
Why is that?
because that's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. In all honesty, again, it's just my opinion, and I'm not taking away from anyone that does have a nonprofit number. I personally believe, I do not ever, nor do I believe, that we should benefit from other people's misfortune. I do what I do because it's needed, because there are so many children that are going without, and it's sad. And I put myself back in that place as a little child, no matter what age. I literally can put myself back, and I remember that feeling. And it's a really sad feeling, and I don't want any child to ever feel that. So I do what I do because it's needed, not because I want to profit or benefit from it. And because, believe it or not, there's a lot of people in the community, even though I don't have a tax ID number, they still want to help, because there's a lot of people that don't have the big means to be able to do it. And giving a toy or Christmas stocking or something like that is their way of helping. So that's why I won't become a nonprofit.
So where do these toys go? Do you partner with Toys for Tots or something like that?
No, I do not work for Toys for Tots. I'm an advocate and I help out with Hawk. That's a place for abused women and children and their shelters. I've been working with them for many, many years, but also through my social media pages, because I have multiple pages. When people reach out to me, I just received a request that, well, they all touch me, but this one, it's a young woman. She's married and she has 5 children, 3 biological, 2 that she just adopted, and she had to go to Alaska to get them. It was her husband's ex, big personal thing. But the children went through an awful, awful lot. And as a result, with court costs and stuff, they're having a difficult time. So a friend of hers reached out to me and asked me if I could help. Those are the kind of sprinkles that my heart melts for. And that's how I do it. And then also people throughout the community will reach. My son just lost his wife and, he's having a difficult time. Can you help us sprinkle? Things like that. Literally helping people throughout the community. And when I say throughout the community, I don't just mean the town I live in. I mean our community. The Kind of Sprinkle Toy Drive was set up to help local families in need, no matter what their situation is. The only requirement that I have or that I ask is that if you've had the means to be able to get help elsewhere, please allow others to have the same opportunity, as the Kind of Sprinkle Toy Drive was set up to help families that have absolutely no other place to go. I literally pack toys up until Christmas Eve. And what sets our toy drive aside is that we don't just provide toys. We provide the full Christmas experience.
Oh, explain that.
Well, we do Christmas presents, Christmas stockings full of goodies, wrapping paper and tape. Everything needed for that family to experience Christmas. So it sets us aside because I don't know of any other toy drive that gives Christmas stockings. And to me, Christmas stockings is like one of the most important things. I love Christmas stockings.
I do too. That's always my favorite. I love finding out what's in the stocking.
Yeah, mine too. And so we provide. And when I first started doing the toy drive, I would pack up the stockings too. But then when I was packing, it got a little difficult. And then I thought, no, the whole part of the experience is filling the sock. So I just make a totally separate package with all the stocking stuffers and the stockings, and I let the parents do it.
Oh my gosh.
When I tell you, from October 31st until December 24th, my house is, you can't walk in my house. I collect toys all year long because I've started to develop a relationship with people that used to give to other toy drives, and they would see they work really hard, pick out toys, and then they felt as if they were being thrown in a truck like a trash bag. And it kind of turned people off. And one woman was at a hairdresser, local hairdresser, and my box happened to be there. And she started asking questions. What's this toy drive? Who is this person? And come to find out, she was my best friend's co-worker. She worked at the city hall where I live. So from that point on, all summer long, she sends Amazon packages to my house. The toys get directly delivered to my house all year long.
Wow.
And
Wow.
and I have so many people that do that. So many people that know where my address is, and they'll leave packages on my porch. I collect toys all year long. October 31st is when I start pulling out what I call my inventory, pulling out what I have. So then when the boxes go into local businesses and people say, what do you need? I kind of have an idea, like I need baby dolls, I need trucks, or I need, wrapping paper, tape, or whatever. That's how I get an idea. And right now I have a path coming into my house. I have a modest 2-bedroom apartment that is now Santa's Village, because you can walk into my house, get a path to my room, a path to the bathroom, and that's it. Because
Wow.
house is toys.
That is beautiful.
It's kind of like it's an overwhelming good exciting. And then when it's
Yeah.
all done and my house is empty and it looks like, regular, I kind of get sad for a little bit because I gotten so used to all the toys being there. But then I just start
Yeah.
all over again for the next year. It's so much fun. I do have a dream though. I have a
Oh,
dream
what's your dream?
because like I'm not a nonprofit. So I don't have the money to, if I did, I always joke around to people and say, and this is true. I always say, oh my, when the mega bucks number or whatever gets really, really big.
Oh my
And
God, I
there's,
know what you're going to say because I say this. Hold on. Before you say it, are you going to say, I would love to win the lottery because I could help so many people with it?
I could buy so many toys.
I've always said that. I'm like, truly, if I won the lottery, I'd probably end up broke myself because I just think of all of the good I could do with it. Always.
Yeah,
That's so funny. You're the same way. I
it's
love
so
that.
true. It is so, so very true. But my dream is, and it's not because I want to gain my house back. I absolutely love when my house is full of toys because I feel like I'm accomplishing something. It's just such a cool feeling. I can't explain it. But I would love to have a space, kind of like a storefront, but not a storefront. The new food pantries in our area. Years ago, if you had to go to the food pantry, they would give you bags of food and then you would leave. Kind of so impersonal. Now they're set up as it's like a little grocery store. They have little carts and they have, shelving and, they have numbers on each thing. Like you can take one of these, two of these, five of these.
Yes, you shop with dignity.
Exactly. And I would love, love, love to have a space donated that I could use like that for the toys so that the families, right now, what I do is I pick the toys. I do the best I can, but I pick the toys. I don't wrap them. I give them wrapping paper, tape, everything they need, but I do my best and I pick them and give them. I would love the families to be able to do it, to have that Christmas experience and have their dignity too. They're picking it. They're doing it. We're just there to help them, but they're doing it
Mhm.
all. That's my dream, is to have maybe win the megabucks so I can buy it, or somebody being generous enough to say, hey, we'll help you. That's my dream.
I'll donate this space to you. That's such a beautiful idea. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. I've never heard of anything like that, and I love it.
Yeah, I know. And I kind of like have it set up in my head because so many people say to me, what can I do to help you? What can I do? I don't really need help right now because I'm working through my house and packing everything up, kind of like a one-woman show. Sometimes I'll reach out to some of my friends or family members that I have a package that's so big it won't fit my car that they'll bring to where it needs to go. But most of the time I do it myself and I love it. Can't explain it, but I really do love it. As a matter of fact, when we're done with our call today, I received a message that said one of the toy box dropped off, so I have to go pick up again. This will be the 7th time since I've put the box out that I've had to go and pick up from this one location.
Because it's full?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I know. I'm
oh my
so
God, I love
excited.
that.
I know. It's a feeling that I don't think I could ever fully express other than saying, I know firsthand there are really, really kind people in the world. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to show others that there really is. Don't ever give up faith on mankind, because really, truly, it exists. You just have to believe. You cannot stop. We cannot stop. None of us can stop believing. And the magic of Christmas, I wish we could have that feeling all year long. It's magical.
My favorite Christmas song is called Christmas Time by Bryan Adams. I
Yes.
love that song. It's
Uh-huh.
exactly what you're talking about. Feels like a big hug much of the time. It's just
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Absolutely. It really does. And you know what I've also found? It's incredible that the people who have the least give the most.
Give the most. Mhm.
People who have the least give the most. And it's because in my personal experience and things that I've seen and also lived through, that we know what it's like to go without. Knowing no matter how little of what you have that you want to share it, you still, I always say, I never feel sorry for myself whenever there's a tough situation or when I'm sick or when things are rough. I never feel sorry for myself. Never, never, never. Because what keeps me going is telling myself, oh goodness, there's someone that has it a lot worse than I do. Because I'm blessed. I have a roof over my head, food in my belly, wonderful children, amazing friends. That means more to me than anything else. And so I don't feel sorry for myself. Except one time, I do have to say, there is a time that when I was going through my cancer journey, and I suggest this to anyone, sick or not sick. If you're having a tough time or whatever, I just happened to do this when I was going through a hard time. I would allow myself 2 days, 2 days of feeling sorry for myself. If I want to eat a gallon of ice cream, a whole pizza, cry all day, whatever it was, 2 days, I'd allow myself. And after that second day was over, I'd say, all right, that's it. Pick up your big girl pants, take a deep breath, and move forward. To me, that was both, it helped. It was my therapy. And believe it or not, it was a healthy way for me to release and say, it's okay to have a bad day. Just don't stay there.
Exactly. Yes, just don't stay there. That's such great
Mhm.
advice. Honestly, just a side note, you could be an inspirational speaker too, if you're looking for something else to do.
Thanks. I
You're so
appreciate that.
good.
Sometimes need to take my own advice.
I know. Don't we all? Don't we all,
You
girl?
know,
Don't we all?
yeah.
I just want to make sure that I get this totally right. The way that you find families, moms, dads to help out this time of year is because they reach out to you on social media or a friend or family member reaches out and explains the situation.
Yes. I've been doing this for so long now, 12 years. This is my 12th year. That word of mouth, it's actually gotten bigger. Sadly, there are more people in need this year than ever before. It's a tough year for
Mhm.
everybody. But yes, it's been 12 years of doing this. And when I first started, this is really cool. When I first started, we were able to help 250 children. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
That is so huge. Woo!
Last year, it was 1,000.
Come
Yeah.
on. Are you serious?
I'm totally serious. My goal this year is to top that. When I set it with the 250 children, I was like, oh my goodness, oh, that's so cool. And I said, okay, next year we got to top it. And I thought one or two. No, it kept going up and up and up. And last year, we were able to help 1,000 children. And I'm not a nonprofit, 1,000 children. I can't tell you how good that makes me feel. And I don't need to know or see the faces. I know in my heart of hearts on Christmas Day, there are going to be so many. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. There are going to be so many kids that are just going to have a great Christmas because of the kindness of people that are out there. That is the best feeling in the world.
It's got to be. And it all starts, though, with you. It's okay. The crying, it's a good cry. Throughout my life, I've heard, I'm just one person. What can I do? This is what one person who cares can do. So tell me how 12 years ago this started. What's the first thing you did? Because maybe there's going to be somebody listening that's like, I would love to do that, but it seems so overwhelming. I wouldn't even know how to start.
Well, it started out as just literally, I found out that this one family locally was struggling for Christmas. So I have morning coffee. Every morning I meet with a group of ladies every single morning. It's my coffee group. And it started out where I had a conversation with them and I said, oh my goodness, I was just talking to a close friend and she was telling me about this family that's really having a difficult time. They had a fire and they lost everything and it was around Christmas. And I'm like, would you guys like to donate, a toy or something? Maybe we could make a difference and just kind of give them a little something. That's actually how it started. And then,
Wow.
we helped that one family. And then before you know it, that family talked about, oh my gosh, this woman helped us. And she did this. If you know anyone that needs help, this is her name. And it started out like that. I always say it's like, you take a little pebble and you throw it in the water and you got a little ripple. Well, that ripple gets bigger and bigger.
Yep.
And here we are.
Here we are.
It's just anyone can do anything that they want to do if they believe in themselves enough to do it. You just gotta do it. And here's where I told you I gotta take my own advice sometimes, but it is really, really true. If you have a dream, don't ever give up on it. When you're dreaming and you have a dream, it means you're alive and it gives you something to shoot for and always reach for it. It might not turn out to be the way you want it to be, but keep going until it is. And I truly believe that.
Well, you're living proof that it can happen.
Oh, thank you.
I've also always been a big believer that if there's something in your gut that's telling you, I really feel like for whatever reason, I can't explain it, but I have to do this, that's a sign. You should do that. Not everybody has that. But if you do have something that's nagging at you that for whatever reason you can't explain it, it's got to get done, find a way to make it get done because it's going to make a big difference in your life.
100%. I agree. I totally agree. You know, a lot of people will say to me, how did you make that happen? What are you talking about? The newspapers did an article? Oh my goodness, you're doing a podcast? I just put it out there. If you want it, you got to go get it. And my want and my dream is to make this toy drive so big and have people see how important it is when you do a gesture of kindness, no matter how big or how little, especially in today's world. It is so needed.
So needed.
And it is out there. It does exist. You can't give up. You can never give up on kindness, humanity, each other. We can never give up on each other. Ever, ever,
Darlene,
ever.
you are a gift, and I am so thankful that you took time out of your little elf schedule to chat with me because you are making the world a better place, and I am so thankful to be your friend.
Oh, bless you. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this. I'm very grateful. Bless you. And I hope you and your family have a wonderful holiday. And to everyone else out there that's listening, peace, love, and much respect to each and every one of you.
See what I mean? One idea, and she has ended up helping thousands and thousands of kids have a great holiday season year after year. So thank you again, Darlene, for taking time out of your little elf schedule to tell us all about what you do, why you do it, and how much passion you have for it. That's just the best part. I absolutely love it. It's contagious. Truly is. So if you are thinking, I can't really do anything to help. Somebody else will do it. Just be the one to do it, even in the smallest of ways. Make somebody's day. I promise you it will warm your heart. Even if you feel like you're the Grinch, you know, his heart grew a bunch of sizes too. It is possible for you too, my friend. Actually, I'm just going to assume that you're one of the awesome ones because you're here, right? Like you've got to be a helper if you're hanging out at my Feel Good Frequency. But I did want to say that one of the things that I have found in doing this is that people don't want to talk about the good that they're doing. I'm finding them much of the time, actually 90% of the time, I'm finding them. I even have swag that I'm giving out to all of my guests that come on here. So I wouldn't say it's bribery because they didn't know ahead of time that they were getting something, but they're getting something. So I welcome you to come on here. You are not bragging. You are just telling us what you're doing and inspiring others to do something similar. We need to hear about the good people. Done with hearing about the bad. So if you're one of them, if you know one of them, ErinO'Malley'sFrequency.com is where to go. I've got the email on there. It's the easiest way to get a hold of me. ErinO'Malley'sFrequency.com. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great week. Bye.